off the bat, I just want you to realize how much is actually going in to the program we've created for you. There's grocery shopping, there's your training, there's doctor's visits. By doctor's visits, I mean nutrition visits. There's gym memberships, there's cooking, there's cleaning, there's packaging, there's knowing how to weigh out your portion sizes. It costs $3,500 for each of us in 1 month for expenses including groceries, training, and our nutrition. And I'm going to break that down for you really quick. It's more expensive to have to do everything on your own. We've boiled it down and taken groups of people to make the experience cheaper, but I want to show you how much all this stuff actually costs. Our first week of grocery shopping actually cost me $582. And the reason it did, I didn't have any of the spices, I didn't have any of the tools necessary to cook all this stuff. I had to go and buy everything from scratch. It got cheaper in week 2, it went down to $245, and weeks 3 and 4 were about $250 each. I also had to buy the ice packs, the Tupperware, the cooler bags, and the cleaning supplies. Roughly about $1,500 that month it cost me just for my eating bill. Alright, I know what you're probably thinking. You probably think there's no way that you even spend anything close to that. $200 a week in groceries sounds like an astronomical number. The reason your food bill goes up on PhatBurn is because you're not eating the same foods as you were before. You're eating stuff that's a lot better for you. Just a typical example. Most of America wakes up and has a bowl of cereal. Now you're waking up and you're having a farmer's omelet with fresh veggies, maybe some sweet potato hash. It's more expensive. It's better quality ingredients. Maybe you don't even have a snack before lunch. Now you're having an apple with some almond butter. Almond butter's expensive. It's about 12 bucks a jar. Maybe you go to the deli for lunch. Maybe you have a slice of pizza. If you're lucky, you're keeping your lunch between $5 and $10. Our lunch is chicken marsala with fresh mushrooms. There's grilled asparagus. There's a baked potato or some kind of complex carb. Again, you're not ingesting the crap that you used to eat. The healthy choices are going to be easy. So you have to realize, if you don't think you're spending that much money on groceries now, you're not buying the same kind of food that you're going to be eating for the 8 weeks on a PhatBurn program. Now that you know what's involved with the food portion of PhatBurn, let's move on to the training. I called all the popular gyms. Personal training isn't cheap. When we did it on our own, we actually split a trainer, which brought the cost down slightly. However, gym membership itself is $70 at, let's say, New York Sports Club. Alright? The typical gyms for 20 sessions of personal training, which is the 20 sessions that would be equivalent to your training with PhatBurn in 1 month at Equinox, would cost you $1,800. At David Barton Gym, which is a nice gym in the city, it would cost you $2,300. At a New York Sports Club, it would cost you $1,500, and at Crunch, it would cost you $2,400. If you're not into personal training and you train in a group class, let's say you do a boot camp. A boot camp is about $640 for 20 sessions. A spinning class, there's some popular ones out there now. Soul Cycle is one of them. That's about $700 on the low side for 20 sessions. So that's another $1,500 in training. Added onto the $1,500 in food, now we're at about $3,000. If you do group classes, it's a little cheaper. With your fitness and with your food, you're still coming in around $2,300. But now you see how these costs are starting to build up. The last component is nutrition. A lot of people work out, a lot of people try to eat right. What's so important about PhatBurn is that we have a nutritionist there who makes sure your problems are addressed and taken care of. So, my nutrition, when I did it on my own again, my initial consultation was $125. I then had 2 follow-up visits for $80 each. That's about $300 in doctor's visits. So, totaling it all up, training, nutrition, and food, roughly $3,300 to $3,500 when you're taking all 3 into consideration. Now that I've broken down to you what it costs to get all this done, more importantly in my mind is the time it takes to get all this done. Alright? The amount of time you spend cooking, shopping, prepping, it's like a second job. So if you have a job, you have a second job now trying to get all this stuff done. Going to the grocery store is going to take you at least an hour. That's once a week. But then between the prep time, chopping up the vegetables, cutting the chicken, organizing the groceries, doing all the cleaning, you're in for 2.5 to 3 hours every day of cooking time. After the cooking is over, you still have weighing. You have to weigh out the proteins, you have to weigh out the carbs, you have packaging, you have to put it all into your cooler bag and have it ready for you for the next day. That's about 3 hours a day. That's over 20 hours a week, which is over 80 hours a month. To sum everything up, It's going to cost you over $3,000 to $3,500 in cost to do this all on your own. Our program is under $2,000, so you're saving anywhere from $1,000 to $1,500 by having our team of people help you throughout the whole process. More importantly, it's easy and it's done for you. 80 hours of preparation, cooking, training, and seeing nutritionists is boiled down to just 20 hours a month, 5 hours a week just for your 1-hour training. That's all you have to worry about.